Best movie of the year? Maybe.
Oh, that's cool.
Hey guys, welcome to another review. Welcome to my review for Nosferatu 2024. Alright, I've been back. It's been 2 weeks. I was super sick. Really sick. I had pneumonia. And that lasted a long time, and I still feel like I'm sick. I'm still got like a little bit of a stuffy nose. It took forever to get better. But I'm back. I saw a shit ton of movies. A lot of movies were sent to me, so I got to watch so many movies from the comfort of my own home. I was sick for so long, and I got to watch a lot of movies. So I'm going to do a whole video after this about all the movies I watched when I was off the past 2 weeks. That'll be a quick movie reviews. Might be my last quick movie reviews of the year, but I wanted to save this video for one video because I just saw this today, and I'm like, this deserves its own video because it is the most anticipated movie for the rest of the year for me. This and Lord of the Rings animated movie, but this is the one I wanted to see so badly. And it's coming out Christmas. I'm so excited that I got to actually go to an early screening for this. And I can finally tell you guys, this movie's fucking great. It's so good. Nosferatu is the remake of the classic 1920s Nosferatu. They've already done a remake like 50 years later, but this is a modern remake of Nosferatu, the Dracula story. Nosferatu is Dracula. It is basically Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's a story about a young woman falling in love with the undead vampire. In your point of view, it could be a tragic horror movie or a twisted romance movie. However you see it, it is the Dracula story. It is a story we're all very familiar with. It is a story we all know. If you've read the book, if you've seen all the movies, the dozens of Dracula movies that have been told throughout 100 years of cinema and all told in different point of views and different kinds of directions, and so many of them are so good. Whether you're talking about the classic 1920s sound film of Nosferatu, which is amazing, or you're talking about like Dracula with Bela Lugosi, or Horror of Dracula, the Hammer horror films with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, or I don't know, just if you're a fan of like Bram Stoker's Dracula, the Gary Oldman one, if you're talking about Dracula 2000s, God, I hope not, but everyone has their Dracula story, and everyone loves certain Dracula stories. Even if you're not a Dracula fan, I bet there's one Dracula movie that you love. This one is for those fans of Dracula. This is a love letter of classic cinema. This is a love letter of all of the Dracula stories, the Bram Stoker novel, the classic Nosferatu story, but also diving into a different sort of take of the Nosferatu story. The movie is directed by Robert Eggers. This is a filmmaker I love. Him and Denis Villeneuve are probably my favorite modern filmmakers. I've loved everything so far Robert Eggers has done. The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Northman, all fantastic. This might be one of his best ones. I like this more than The Witch. I like this more than The Northman. I don't know if I liked it more than The Lighthouse. It's a tough call. But I loved the stylistic choices Robert Eggers did with this movie. This is a brilliantly directed movie. Every shot is beautiful. Every piece of direction, every performance, the pacing, the editing, just the whole structure and feel of the movie is done spectacularly. I don't know if Eggers is in the good graces of the Academy, so I don't know if he'll get nominated for Nosferatu for Best Director, but he should. This is the best directed movie of the year for me. I think this is superbly directed, beautifully shot. The cinematography is incredible. And it really shows that Lily Rose Depp, Johnny Depp's daughter, is a great actress. She is so good in this movie. Bill Skarsgård, everyone's going to probably talk a lot about Bill Skarsgård as playing Count Olaf / Dracula. He's Dracula, but he's Count Olaf in the Nosferatu story. He's great. He's terrifying. He's creepy. He's unsettling. But he also has very sympathetic and charming moments. And he is good. The makeup on him looks fantastic. And yeah, every scene with him, everyone's going to love. There are some truly haunting scenes, violent, graphic scenes, truly heinous things to watch, but it's done very well. And it's done with elegance and class. But Lily Rose Depp is a lot of the heart and soul of the movie, and she does do a very good job. It is a hard job to play the role of the lead girl in these movies, like Winona Ryder did in Bram Stoker's Dracula. She does it very well. Her performance is heavily weighted in this movie because she is the most important character, other than like Dracula himself, Count Olaf. They're the most important characters. If they have no chemistry, if they don't work, if their performances are sloppy, the movie falls apart. And luckily, the two of them are great. They're so good. Nicholas Hoult, again, who's having a great year. I loved him in Jury Number 2. And I saw him in a movie last week called The Order. He was amazing in all those movies. He's great in this movie, too. He's so good. Who the fuck else is in this? Willem Dafoe's in it. I think he's just in, like, every Eggers movie now, and he's awesome. It's Willem Dafoe. When you put Willem Dafoe in a movie, he's going to be great, but you put him in an Eggers movie, he's going to be fucking phenomenal. He's so good. The real star of this movie is Eggers. His direction is so good. He just creates. It's the world he creates. It's the directing. It's the shots. It's the style. It's the themes. Eggers, this is his movie, man. Like, it's so good, and it's incredibly, like, unsettling and atmospheric, and it's a kind of horror movie I love. Like, I'm not always big on horror, because it's mindless violence. It's just cliches, the killer chasing someone, or possessions, or, like, I don't know, a ghost in the house. Like, I'm not big on the horror thing. But I like when Eggers tackles, like, horror themes and elements, and because all his movies have horror stuff in it. Like, The Northman is a Viking action movie, but there's a lot of horror in it. And The Lighthouse is, like, more of a, I call it, like, a dark comedy / psychological thriller, but a lot of horror elements. But The Witch is a horror movie. This is also a gothic horror movie. And I feel like this is what filmmakers try to do, but Eggers just succeeds at. I feel like if someone like a Guillermo del Toro did this movie, he would make it too stylized. But the way Eggers does it is just right. And I don't know how else to describe it other than it's just right. It's not a perfect movie. It's not. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. And when you get halfway through, there are moments that do drag a little. Even though I do think the pacing is good. And I would not cut anything out because everything is important. And every shot is so beautifully done. It's just there's a couple scenes. But this is also a problem with the book as well. And even the other past films other than the Hammer horror films, which are just amazing all the way through because they're just 90-minute Hammer horror films. There's just moments that I never found interesting in the books. And I never found interesting in the original story. And they, of course, they put in it to be loyal to the adaptation. So it's still not interesting in this movie. But it has to be in it because it works for the story. It's the Dracula story, so it works. The music is also riveting. The score, I would 100% give it a nomination for the best score of the year. It's one of the best pieces of music. It's so fucking good. I was like humming some of the tunes that I heard in this movie. It was really good. I think this movie is just, I think all around fantastic. I think it's one of the best movies of the year. And it just, again, just stamps that Eggers is one of the best modern filmmakers. And I think when this movie comes out around the Christmas season, we'll go watch a nice Christmas movie and then go get haunted by Nosferatu 2024 because it's damn worth it. It's worth the price of admission. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give Nosferatu a 9.4 out of 10. Solid movie. Please go check it out. So yeah, in the comments below, let me know what is your favorite Dracula movie? There's so many of them. Who's your favorite Dracula movie and who's your favorite portrayal of Dracula? Comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please like, subscribe to this channel. Enjoy the dark side.